Good morning. So, hopefully, some of you will see this. Kind of an odd time to do a live. I understand that. But I kind of wanted to come on here this morning, just talk about a couple things. Okay, we're all going through some kind of spiritual awakening, reawakening, spirituality. A lot of us have been doing this for years, a lot of us have not, including myself. We talk about being awake, being this, being that. We all just have our own time. Good morning, Ronnie. How are you? Um, but one of the things I had gone through this morning was my little time that I get to go within and do some things. Good morning, ladies. Marissa, Christine, how are you? Lady D. Um, but anyway, my time this morning was kind of enlightening to the point where I've been working on it, but we all kind of come to an epiphany. But once we realize some things, we go, "Oh, okay. Hey, Lori, good morning." Uh, okay, so we've been conditioned to believe that we have to participate in all things of life, and the cause, reaction, quote, solution, the whole bit. Part of this information that we're doing, and we go within for our spirituality. Well, we talk about spirit, mind, body. I've been a big proponent of that. But this conditioning that we've been programmed into uh, to participate and react with the 3D. Um, it is one of these things where what is conscious and what isn't conscious. Do we participate or do we not participate? But we've been programmed to the effect of, okay, are we reacting to life? In other words, something happens or we do, or we're a parent and we have things to do with our kids. Are we reacting to life? Are we observing life? In other words, are we really doing what we want to do, or are we reacting to what we're supposed to be doing? Okay, you know that I do spirit, mind, and body. For me is heart. And at some point, we do have to realize that you are not your body. Okay, you are not this salt sack. You are not. This is just a vessel, like your car, that carries you around to different places. But we are spirit. We are our soul, and we have to change that perception. We have to really focus on what we truly are, because we've been programmed to just react in life. We've just been programmed to this is what you do. Excuse me. This is what you do when this happens, or this is what you think you do, instead of us just necessarily being the observer and doing what we want to do. And one of the things that it comes down to is emotions, earthly things, fear, panic, causes, irritability, the whole bit. Um, but and more, most of you know that more and more as we're ascending, you're not affected so much by the earthly. In other words, you're in control, and our emotions are not part of our soul, if you will. I would argue that is when it comes to mind. Okay, we have a mind, and then we have consciousness. Consciousness, I truly believe, is our soul. Now, the mind is the everyday. I have to go to the store. I have to do this. I have to pick up the kids. But consciousness is those deep moments when we're within inside and we're really living the way we're supposed to the outside world. And when it comes to emotions, we can all of us have our own ways of handling it. But one of the things that I don't think people really realize is love is not an emotion. Okay, we think love is an emotion. We think love is something that is, oh, I love this, I love that, I love my wife, I love my partner. It's not. Love is your very soul. Love is, that's why we react to it so wonderfully. The joy. But love is actually part of our soul. It is our soul. It's who we really are. And we've been conditioned not to live our lives that way. We've been conditioned to live our lives by emotion, by reaction. And, this morning in my contact with the guides, it really was about love is what you are, it is what is who you are. Your spirit, just like God and Creator, is love, period. It is not, the emotions are in this salt sack. The emotions are attached to this body. Now, our mind puts that all together, but our consciousness is our soul. We really have to start living that way. And I know that's hard. And what's wrong with text Joe and tell him, I'm sorry if I'm glitching. This was just very strong. Uh, I will wait to see a bit of a vid glitch. Yep, refreshing worked. Okay, we're all good. Okay. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to the chat. I apologize. But we've been conditioned, programmed all of our lives. And one of the things that I got this morning is we are just not. It's not just living a godly life. It's about our spirit, and our spirit is love. If Yeshua, God, and universe is unconditional love, then isn't that what we are? We are love. Once we realize that, and that's the difference between reacting in the world, being the observer. And I think once you, I don't want to say master the observer, but I don't think I've done that yet. But I think once you've gotten a glimpse of it today, that it really is love, that unconditional love. That is what is capable within us. In fact, it's what we are. It gets diffused through this body. It gets diffused through this mind. And isn't that what us ascending is all about? Becoming a higher purpose, a higher being, a higher passion. I mean, it really is just the love that we're experiencing. Okay, hopefully you guys are getting this. But and we're in constant conflict with this love because our minds do not understand that that's what we are. We are love. We say light and love. We say God, Yeshua, universe, unconditional love. It's actually what we are. It's part of our very essence. When we come to realize that, it really is it's really an eye opener. It's just like kind of tapping into what you're tapping into, and I've been tapping in a lot lately. But the earthly thing, as far as the emotions, we have to learn to separate them from consciousness. It really is two different things. Our natural state of being is love. We have to grasp onto that. We have to try and wrap our mind around it. Our consciousness and our spirit knows this. The world has programmed us away from it completely. I mean, that really is it in a nutshell. Many people say we are gods and we are part of gods, the whole bit. I believe we are part of God. But if we are part of God, we are love. That's the nature of our very essence. We really do have to start living that. Um, uh, I'm trying to explain what I got today, but and I see a lot of people are coming out. I've seen a lot of people making videos and everything like that. Ego's good, um, but I stepped into that observer a while ago, and I don't want to say I've mastered it, but I'm getting pretty good at it. I don't think you ever master anything, but this thing of love just keeps coming forward. That the deception of what we are not. That's just it. Every one of us here is nothing. Is every bit of love. Once we step out of the ego of the world and we get into the spirit realm, what do you think it is? It's love. It's not. It's not sorrow. It's not emotions. It literally is love. I mean, that's kind of what they wanted me to tell you today. Is overwhelmingly strong. Um, and the funny thing is, you know, my wife comes down and says, "Good morning. Love you. Blah blah blah. Hey, we got to fix that door." Again, 3D. But yes, we do have to live here. But it was just kind of ironic that they're telling me to talk to you about love and love and love, and it really is. And if you realize that you are love, I do believe that your ascension, your intuition, everything will pick up if you can practice that, live that, looking at it from the side of joy and not reacting, not being affected by the emotions. Sure, emotions are tough. Emotions are tough, and how can you not sometimes? Some of us are better at managing emotions than others. There's some people still within our community that are, um, woes me. Okay, that's all right. At some point, we all get past that. And yeah, we have moments in our life that I've done it, woes me. Um, but as we're walking this road, we're all on an individual journey heading towards this realization of from what I'm perceiving is nothing more than unconditional love. That's the attainment, that's the enlightenment, that's the beauty, but you just can't say it. I mean, getting there is one thing, but if you're light, aren't you love? If you're love, aren't you the light? They go hand in hand. So, um, let me see what there was one other stand. I mean, I wrote down some notes. I'm sorry, I'm just checking here. Okay, but just kind of to recap, um, we have to learn what our emotions are, and they're earthly, and we have to realize that love love is actually not an emotion. Love is actually who you are. Some call it enlightenment. Some call it, our ultimate manifestation, Christ consciousness, whichever you want to perceive it as. But perceive it however you need to master it in your mind. But the light at the end of the tunnel today, from what they've told me, is just love. Period. Unconditional love. Doesn't matter that the car's not running. It doesn't matter that the bills are due. It doesn't matter. It's we've been deceived into being everything we aren't supposed to be. Uh, no different than they always want you to be something of their self. They always want you to be something more, something greater, something rich, something famous. They want you to be something other than what you actually are. Why? And we buy it. We've all bought into it because everyone around us has bought into it. That's what they're doing, even though we're not keeping up with the Joneses. But it's how society is. It's how it's been shaped. It's how it's been molded. Even religion does not teach you that. Teach you about God's love, but they don't tell you. They talk to you. They talk at you in most cases. But when we sit here and we really boil it down to what we're trying to achieve, what we're trying to get to, we really are just trying to get to the understanding that we are love. It is part of us. We are part of it. It is the meaning. It is our essence. Not just, you want to call it your soul. That's one thing. But we are an expression of the Creator. We are the tentacle of this realm. But we all have to get it. We all have to feel it. So I hope that helps you. It was very strong today. They wanted me to throw that out there, but please don't fear. Um, uh, Emotions, try and separate them, and you'll see how little worry can be, how little things can affect you. We're all at different levels, but when you start to separate these things, you realize they don't affect you. They may have an effect, and you might want to react. Why? It's because we've been conditioned to do that. We've been conditioned to not put the love first, but not to be forgiving. We've been conditioned to get back and take and cash everything, money. Gimme, 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 gimme. But yet that's totally against our nature. It's totally against what we were created for. That's all. Hope it helps somebody. I'll be back when they give me something else. I hope you all have a good day. Love you guys. See you soon.